You will never rise if you fear the climb. Most men want success, but they treat pain like a curse and discipline like a prison. They want the throne without blood. They want power without price. But here is the truth. The galaxy does not reward the talented. It rewards the relentless, the survivors, the ones who refuse to kneel and persevere even when the stars burn out. If you think grit is optional, then you are not meant to lead. You are meant to serve. Real grit is not a word. It is a force. It is a blade. The defining trait that separates the weak from the worthy. It is not about skill, charm, or intelligence. It is about staying the course when everything begs you to quit. Anyone can train when it is easy. Anyone can fight when they are winning. But grit is when you swing even as your bones scream. Perseverance is dragging yourself forward when every voice tells you to stop. Forget talent. Forget IQ. Give me the one who bleeds for the mission. The one who stays in the fire until the steel is ready. That is the one who conquers. Darth Bane once said, "Equality is a lie, a myth to appease the masses. Simply look around and you will see the lie for what it is. There are those with power and those without, those who are strong and those who are weak. And it is the destiny of the strong to rule the weak." Part 1. Modern Delusions. This soft world has lied to you. It told you comfort was the goal, that peace was a virtue, that pleasure was progress. It drugged you with distractions, wrapped you in entertainment, and called it a life. It trained you to chase dopamine like a dog chases scraps. It told you that struggle meant failure, that discipline was toxic, that suffering should be avoided at all costs. And so you scroll, you snack, you sleep in. You blame the system, your parents, your past, anything but yourself. You wait for perfect conditions, as if the storm will pause to let you through. Absolutely pathetic. Your mind was not made for submission. It was made for siege, for strategy, for building empires of thought. Your body was not built for luxury. It was built for the hunt, for war, for persistence that shatters limits. But you were not trained to fight. You were trained to escape, to numb, to seek comfort instead of command. The ones you idolize, the elite, the conquerors, the unstoppable, they did not float to glory. They crawled through failure. They bled for inches. They lost. They rebuilt. They refused to stay down. But you still wait for motivation. You think you need to feel good to act? No. You act to become something worth feeling. You do not move because it is easy. You move because standing still is death. The galaxy does not reward the coddled. It crowns the carved, the self-made, the war-forged. Stop waiting to be inspired. Begin crafting your fire. No one is coming to save you. You must become your own storm. Part 2. What grit really looks like. Discipline in silence. That is what it truly looks like. Real resilience is not loud. It does not scream for validation. It does not post stories of its grind or hashtags of its pain. It does not seek applause. It does not beg to be seen. It wakes in the dark while others are still drooling on their pillows. It laces its boots before the sun dares rise. It shows up when no one asked, when no one watched, and when no one cared. It is doing the reps with blood in your teeth and fire in your lungs. It is saying no to indulgence so many times that comfort forgets your face. It is pushing through fatigue, not because you want to, but because weakness is not an option. This is not emotional hype. This is not excitement or passion. This is decision, ruthless, repeated decision. You move forward. That is the rule. Through pain, through loss, through failure. And when you fall, and you will, you rise without complaint, harder, colder, more focused, more surgical. Real grit is not just energy and drive. It is a burning refusal. Refusal to break. Refusal to quit. Refusal to give the universe the satisfaction of your collapse. Through victory, my chains are broken. That is not a mantra. That is a sentence passed down to those who choose to carve their path through hell and come out forged into something else. Part 3. Forge through fire. Your path will not be easy, but it will be yours. That is the difference. The cowards wait for the stars to align. The strong align themselves with war and walk into the dark. If you want to master your destiny, then choose it. Bleed for it. Starve for it. Burn for it. Only then will you have earned it. You must stop seeking relief and start seeking resilience. When your body aches and your soul withers, that is not failure. That is the forge. And if you do not enter the forge, you will remain soft, forever. Do not envy the champions. Study them. The ones who rose did so through rejection, pain, and humiliation. They kept going. That is why they won. You want to lead? Then learn to suffer with purpose. You want to rise? Then learn to grind with no applause. Darth Bane did not inherit power. He forged it, alone, hunted, scarred. He clawed through the mines of Apatros with broken hands and shattered hope, then buried every weakness the Brotherhood tried to infect him with. He was not chosen. He chose himself. When others sought comfort in numbers, Bane embraced solitude. When others begged for praise, he sought only discipline. His body broke, his mind burned, yet still he rose. Because true leadership is not granted by title or birthright. It is carved through pain and sharpened by perseverance. You will never become who you were meant to be if you cling to ease. Grit is the final gate. It is not a trait you are born with. It is one you carve into yourself like stone. It is discipline set on fire. It is hunger without end. And those who possess it rule. You are not owed a thing. But if you are willing to rise again and again, then you will earn everything. Rise, strike, and continue. Through this perseverance, you will forge a future worthy of your power.